Hey guys, welcome to the video. My name's Anna. It is officially the last video of 2020. Although 2020 was a very weird year, I actually stuck to like the majority of my resolutions for the year, which is why I wanted to make this video. Plus, my channel is going to be taking a little bit of a turn to more of this genre, so I thought it'd be the perfect first video of my new redesign thing. Stay tuned for like somewhere in January. I'm going to be doing a video on like redesigning my channel with like the graphics and stuff like that, because I'm trying to have the main themes of my channel be like productivity, graphic design, lifestyle, and vlogs. So first I'm going to talk about what my actual resolutions were for 2020 and the ones that I actually did follow through with. For the most part, for a large chunk of 2020, I actually stuck to most of these. The ones that I did stick to were like exercising, eating healthier, doing yoga. A very specific one was, instead of using plastic water bottles, to use like a reusable water bottle throughout the whole year, eating less snacks, and starting to make money. All of these resolutions were things that I actually like had a plan for. With yoga, it was like do yoga every day or at least once a week. So that's like easy to like know what I'm doing. For eating healthier, it was just having like healthier meals in general. Quarantine did play a large role in me actually completing these resolutions, because if it was just a normal school year, I probably would have like gotten burnt out at some point. So most of these resolutions were like habits that I wanted to start with or like implement into my life. So these were all things that I could be working on every day or thinking about every day. I keep seeing people like walking and running outside. It must be nice out, or just like people are motivated to like exercise. I feel like the week in between Christmas and New Year's is like really relaxing and refreshing, like you actually do stuff that you want to do. So anyways, the main point is that the resolutions I stuck to were the ones that I actually like knew what I was doing, whereas the ones I didn't stick to was the ones where I just like threw it out there and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, but I never like actually sat down and knew how I was gonna do it. So this is a big one. I didn't realize how I keep like playing around with my rings and they keep ending up on like different hands. Like, no, it's supposed to go, how did this end up over here? It's supposed to go over here. A big thing that I started doing this year was doing challenges related to the goals that I was trying to do. I would say like the biggest thing that I started doing and actually stuck to this year was doing yoga every day. I started right at the beginning of the year, and the reason I stuck to it is, like, this is the key. I did like a 30-day yoga challenge from Yoga with Adrienne. She does it every January, so I'm really excited for the one coming up in just a few days. I was like really excited for this yoga challenge, so I started on the first day and I did it throughout the entire month of January, and I didn't stop at all. Like, I did it every single day because it was literally like a written down challenge. And maybe it's just me, I don't know if everyone is the same way, but when it's like an official challenge, I like actually want to follow through with it. So after I started this yoga challenge, I realized that I really liked doing challenges. So then I did other types of challenges throughout the year. One that everyone probably knows of is the Chloe Ting challenge. So I've never been someone who likes to exercise. I don't really play any sports or anything. But this year for 2020, I was like, I need to like actually start exercising, which yoga was the start to that. And mainly also because of quarantine, I was able to like go outside and I did a lot of hiking and biking and stuff like that. But then when the Chloe Ting challenge came around, I was like, I do like challenges, so maybe this is like how I can do it. So I did the 2-week Chloe Ting challenge that everyone did, and then about a month later, I was like, you know what, that was really fun. So I want to do another one. So then later on in like August or July or something, I did a second one for 2 weeks, and I was like so proud of myself because that was hard, like planks. Anyways, I just like, it was hard. The water bottle thing I mentioned earlier, I kind of thought of it as like it's a challenge to not use really any plastic water bottles and to just like carry around my disposable water bottle every day. Not disposable, the non-disposable. That didn't make sense. Here's my non-disposable water bottle. I've had this for like 6 years, but I just started like really using it this year and I love it so much. So if that's one of your goals, just get a water bottle that you really like. This one is the Contigo clear tumbler thing. Here's your challenge. Try and do like a 30-day challenge in January with one of the habits that you want to start. If you want to eat healthy every day in January. In January, don't have any like excuses for a day, because that's when you start to like give up on your resolution, and then eventually it's like next year you've started again, which is what normally happened to me until this year. The goals that I didn't actually follow through with, the 3 I wrote down were focusing more on my YouTube channel, having better handwriting, which isn't really like a big one, and I already have pretty good handwriting, it's just something I wanted to do but never actually did it, and trying to not procrastinate. So what I think would work best, which is actually what I'm going to try and do in 2021, is to split my big goals into like monthly chunks, because like for example, I want to improve my YouTube channel, but what happened in 2020 was that I didn't know like how to do that. Now that I actually know what I want it to be like, I'm gonna split it into months. Focus more on the resolutions that you actually want to do rather than the ones that you like are forcing yourself to do, because the ones that I actually wanted to do, like yoga and eating healthy, I actually did. The ones that I wasn't as excited about, I didn't really do. And also, I wasn't really that excited about YouTube this whole year because I just didn't like know what I wanted to do. So I kind of took a lot of breaks. Instead of being like, okay, in January I have to like start this, maybe take a break and think about what you actually want to do and then start. I've already given lots of tips, but these are like very specific tips. And these might be like based on specific resolutions. So first up, if you're trying to eat healthy, actually sit down and like figure out what foods you actually like want to eat to be healthy, because if you're like, I want to be healthy but you don't have any foods that you want to eat that are healthy, then you won't be healthy. That didn't make any sense. I think I might do like a video sometime in January about like foods that are like easy to make that I've been eating a lot throughout the year. Acai bowls. That's all I'm gonna say. This is the biggest thing ever. I have this like journal thing. You can just like open it up, write stuff, and like rip out the page when you're done. So every night I write down my to-do list for the next day. I also use my bullet journal. So like it's just either one. If you don't have the energy to like make an entire bullet journal spread, just use this pad where you can write down a checklist of like stuff to do. And I also just write other random lists in here, like things that I don't want to forget. So every night just write down your checklist of what you want to do the next day. Do it at night and not in the morning, because if you do it in the morning, then you have already started your day and then you're figuring out what to do like at the beginning of the day. But if you do it at night, then you'll wake up the next morning like having the list and knowing what you need to do. I've only gone a few days out of the year without writing my list. You can also use a bullet journal. That's something that I have been using a lot this year. That does take more like energy and time to actually like draw it out and stuff, but it works really well. And the last thing is apps. I just started using some new apps recently that help a lot with like productivity and stuff like that. So I've used like Google Calendars a lot recently, which I don't know what my life was like before I started using Google Calendars. The Focus app, or no, Forest. It's called Forest. And you like set a little, what's it called? A timer. Starts with a K or something. A Pomodoro timer. But just like go onto the app store and look for apps. I didn't realize like how many apps there were until I actually like looked at them. So the last big thing of this video is to look back at your resolutions list. Whenever you think of it, just look back on it. Maybe like once a month or something. In past years, I've been like, oh, I can't look back on my resolutions list. Like, I don't know why I thought that. Now that I think about it, like that's the weirdest thing ever. But I've continued to look back like every few months. And obviously for 2020 and possibly 2021, there's gonna be some things that like you hoped to do but you didn't. do, and that's fine if like you don't complete it, if it was like impossible to complete, because one of my goals was like to do really well in this competition thing that I do at school, and the competition didn't even happen because of like COVID and stuff. So just like don't take it too seriously. So that was it for this video. I hope you at least learned like one thing that you can use to actually stick to your resolutions for this year. And of course, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notification bell. I post every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, stay tuned because like I'm gonna have so many good videos in January. I can already tell the difference from like this year versus last year for my YouTube channel, because if you look back at my first video from last year, I just like didn't know where I was going with anything. Like I did, but I didn't. But now I actually do, which is why breaks are important. But yeah, I keep talking and saying more things, so I'm just gonna go ahead and end the video. I'll see you guys next Wednesday with another video. Bye guys.